Good afternoon, everybody. John Bonham here, Cape Cod Wet Shaving. I'm going to start throwing in that second part as long as I can remember. I got some good advice from somebody about doing that. Yeah, so it's Monday. We got about 5 days till Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody, if you celebrate. If not, equivalent, whatever. I'm wearing another one of my little Christmas get-ups here. Last shave I did, I was wearing a Christmas shirt. I forgot to mention it. I was wearing my Clark Griswold t-shirt. But yeah, so I've only done three shaves leading up towards Christmas. I had hoped to do one every day, even if I didn't shave. I wanted to lather, do that kind of thing. But holidays, fun times. So Merry Christmas, and we'll get started. Thought I'd throw up a bow this time. Lights are a little plain Jane. Look better if I could turn the lights off, but I'm not going to do that. So today I'm going to do use a couple items I haven't used yet. Of course, I'm doing a different Christmas soap, but this time I thought I would do one that isn't all over social media. I was this close to doing Vespers. I really like Vespers. The omnibus base is just out of this world. It's so good. It's really fluffy. I've lathered with it. I haven't really gotten a chance to shave with it very well. So today I'm going to use a razor I haven't used before on video, and I'm using a soap I have not used for Christmas. Today I'm going to be using Ginger's Garden Chocolate Wreath shaving soap. I acquired this one a while ago. I don't really see a lot of people. I see Ginger's Garden on there a lot, but I don't see anyone really using this soap, so I thought I'd give it a shot. I like her tubs, her jars that she uses. I've never seen this before. Oh, that smells so good. But you got a flip top, which I'm not going to use. And you got the normal lid, which I will. And she gives you, it's 5 ounces, sorry. 5 ounces of soap, and it's filled to the brim, so she's generous. And it smells exactly what the title is. You get mainly pine, that kind of stuff. And then right after the pine, immediately after, you get a chocolate scent to it. So it's really good. At least smell-wise. I haven't lathered it up, nothing yet. But it is a tallow soap. The ingredients aren't on it. I went and looked it up. There's tallow, olive oil, coconut oil, palm kernel, mango butter, all kinds of goodies. And glycerin. It's one of the later ingredients. Kaolin clay, beeswax, castor oil, essential oils. So trying to keep this wet, I always do that. And I was this close to using my shave. The what's it called? That shave oil I use, it smells like clove. I should know that, not for the video, but I'm not using that. I was this close. It would be great to pair with the Christmas soap, but there's no clove in Shannon's soap, or in, not Shannon's soap, excuse me, Ginger's Garden soap. So I decided to use the plain unscented Van der Hagen shave oil for pre-shave. I'm also going to be using her splash. She made it for me. I asked her if it comes with it. She said, I'll make it for you. I was like, sweet, good deal. And what I like about the splash, oh, that's so good, is aside from it being witch hazel, is I like splashes that kind of add extra stuff that balance out the soap. A lot of the soaps smell exactly like the splash and vice versa, but this stuff does a really good job of just like combining to make one whole entity. I like that a lot. And here's the other main thing I'm going to be using, and I mean big, it's a big thing, is my West Coast Shaving 175S razor. And this is a big boy. This is the biggest one that West Coast Shaving offers. It's 4 inches long. It's 175 grams. That's what the 175 is. And it's stainless steel. Handle stainless steel. This is zinc. Chrome plated zinc. So this is a big boy. I'm a little nervous because last time, the one and only time I've used this, I cut myself up pretty good, because you do not need to do anything. This thing will take care of it for you. Big time. But I do love the heavier razors. So the blade I'm going to be using, I got these just for commenting on Instagram on someone's Instagram account. They said, just say something and we'll send you free iridium blades. So I've never used these blades before, first time using them. And, surprisingly, they are Procter & Gamble. Doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. We'll see how it goes. I've always been curious. They have their own Instagram account, and I've tried commenting and asking them about how much their blades are, and I never get a response. So this was a nice little surprise. Glad I'm going to be able to use it. And I decided to go with my Volfix classic brush. It's a smaller knot because it's a smaller mouth to the jar. So I thought I'd go with that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Already 5 minutes into this thing and I haven't even started lathering up. Sorry guys. So it's been crazy. Still plugging along with the, look at that, it's already filming up. Still plugging along with the holiday stuff. We're done, but I always find an extra thing. It drives my wife a little nuts. But I always find something extra I want to do for the kids. In this case, I found a box that I had kind of halfway gone through. Hadn't really paid attention to what was in it because at the time I was looking for interior decorations and lights. And it's an old Santa sack. Canvas, whatever. Santa sack, like from the North Pole from Santa. So last minute I decided I wanted to leave that out with goodies in it. Just wanted to show you that. Lathered right up. Haven't even gone into the mug yet. And yes, I'm going to be using my Christmas mug with the bell on it. And I'm not even pressing that hard. Oh, that's delicious. Oh, and that smell comes right out too. The scent there. But this, you know, or you don't know me really. Anyone who does know me will tell you that I stress out a lot this time of year. It's my favorite time of year, but I always want it to be perfect because I grew up with Christmas being amazing. So naturally I want that for my kids as well. So I always get my wife to pull her hair out a little bit. Because I'll run out of nowhere and pick up like 2 strands of lights. And she's like, what's that for? I'm like, oh, there's a doorway I wanted to put lights around. I thought it would look cool to balance out everything. She's like, why are you decorating the inside of the house with lights? Why not? Like NASA says, because it's there. All right. That's some yummy lather. And add a little tiny bit more soap. Because I've not used this soap before. I'm trying to be easy on the lather, or on the water rather. Make it a conscious effort to make a thicker lather. Especially with stuff I'm trying for the first time. Because it's easy to make it thin, it's harder to make it thick. And then I just want to see after I use it, what I'd prefer the next time around. There we go. That did it. There's more in the cup, but it's getting out. One thing that happened though, I was in the basement. I was going through a lot of stuff. One thing about me is I lost a lot of loved ones, who everyone has over the years. And when that happens, if I'm able, one of the things I like to collect, because I have, family members fighting over belongings and nonsensical, stuff like that, just items. I always try to go and get the pictures. When both my sets of grandparents passed away, I took pictures. My uncle passed away, I got pictures. My uncles, plural. And I was in the basement. I'm looking for an old picture, a childhood photo of mine for something I'm going to be doing here shortly that I'm really excited about. But I was rooting through boxes I haven't been in a while. It's kind of painful. And I got a real whammy. Came across a photo album of my 15-year-old. And he was about 3 years old. And I promptly stopped what I was doing and started looking through this photo album, and that was a mistake. Started tearing up. It ain't fair, you know? Anyone who has kids or anyone who is older, I'll be 40 in January. I have about a little under a month and a half left in my 30s, and I'm turning 40. But I just remember sitting there thinking to myself, I remember vividly where I was, what was going on when those photos were taken. I remember the smell of what was around us. It was in Virginia. When we lived in Virginia Beach, I remember the air. I remember the smell of the pine trees mixed with salty air blowing in the wind. And it's just unfair how damn fast it goes. We lived in apartments at the time, and we had a Rite Aid a stone's throw away from where we lived. So one thing I like to do with my son, right next to that Rite Aid was a field, and my son was 3 years old. We would walk to that Rite Aid every morning, and then I'd let him run around that field with some of his toys. And while we were walking, all the parking spaces were numbered with 3-digit numbers, you know, 302, 303, that kind of thing. And while we were walking, 3 years old, this boy would tell me the numbers for these parking spaces. And I remember how proud I was walking with him, and he knew all this stuff. Now he's 15 and knows everything. I mean that lovingly, Aiden. He does. He's a very smart kid. He's in honors now in a couple classes. He could be in more. He just was afraid to overwhelm himself. Again, smart move. But it's just really bothers me how quick it went by. You know, there's no book you can buy to prep you for the time you feel you might have wasted. At least in my opinion. Because you just think it'll be that way forever, and before you know it, you blink a couple times and it's been 5-10 years. And it's just, you know, I don't know, it's just something that I was thinking of falling asleep after that. And it's just something I thought I would share. And it's, you know, holidays like this that make everything about family all the better, I think. I think that, I mean, aside from the smells and the music and the food and decorations and everything, I mean, Christmas is a family thing. And I think that's why I always liked it so much, is because I always had my loved ones. So, I'll finish ranting now. It's 13 minutes in. Not to make everyone depressed or anything. I just thought I'd share that. Why not? All right, here we go. Ginger's Garden. I'm going to go against the grain. Make it a quicker shave. If I were doing more, I would do my usual thing, with the grain and then against. I'm already going to do 2 passes anyways. I still spread it on a little thin. I was about to say, not as cushiony as it could be. So I'll say, I mean, it's cushiony, just not as cushiony as it could be. I didn't make it thick enough. I'm not used to using this mug. I like a textured mug. This is a smooth bottom. The slickness, however, is really good. Plus the blade of this razor, I love that angle. Caleb, who makes the mag razor, and Wizard Shave Supply, they both have the same style razor. That rounded head I like too. Most of them are rounded, but it's like a really prominent round, and so I just kind of roll when I shave. This one, I like it because it gives you that angle. Like, it's just hard not to get the angle right with that. So I like that a lot. So it's just, I'm used to having kids. I think I said this on a video before, but I am not used to having teenagers. He's a smart kid, but I keep making the mistake of showing him how undoubtedly, without a doubt, he's wrong. Proof right there in front of him, and I'm still wrong, and he's still right. And he'll just kind of look at me like, so? Like, what do you mean, so? Undeniable, look. I'm like, nah, I still think you're just a dick. Really? Aiden, come on, son. I'm making him sound like an asshole. He's not. He's such a good kid. All my kids are great. I'm not worthy of them. Another thing Aiden said to me too, and this really bothered me, is that it didn't feel like Christmas. He didn't feel the magic this year, which sucked. You want to hear that you've done all you can, you know, for your kids to enjoy life and be happy. But he was quick to say, you know, it wasn't you, Dad. You did a good job with the decorations and all that stuff, which was sweet of him. I think it's COVID. I think kids nowadays don't get enough time off. They don't get out early enough. They don't really have time to build up that excitement. Just my opinion. Hope I don't get hell from anyone for that. That's the way I feel. And it is. I mean, I think we ask a little too much of our kids. We're so terrified that we're not doing enough for them that we just pile it on them. So I don't know. It's just, I'm sure I have some lapses in memory. I remember it being crazy when I was growing up in school, but not this crazy. I remember Carlin making that joke about kids having to take their kindergarten entrance exams. It's kind of true. Does that look even to you? It looks even to me. Gotta do the windstorm now. This sounds like depressing stuff. I'm not trying to put a damper on anyone's mood for the season or anything. It's just, for some reason I've been thinking about this the last few days. Turning on the news doesn't help, as you know. What a world, huh? But at least it's Christmas. My video post-Christmas will be probably different. Then I'll be acting depressed. I get upset when Christmas is over. I hate it. So I'll shut up about that now, and I will move on to the shave. I am in love with these Iridium razors. This soap is remarkable. It's very slick. Really, really slick. The razors, I do feel the blade. It's not like my other shave I did where I heard the hairs being cut instead of felt the hairs being cut. So I do feel a little bit of the blade. I wouldn't say it's aggressive, but it's definitely there. The razor too, you can see, I mean, there's a decent amount of blade exposure there. And I don't know, the gap's pretty good size gap. I don't know. I'm not expert enough as far as that goes. But yeah, it's good. It's very good. All right, we'll go ahead and wash this off. Give me one sec. Usually I lather again, let it sit there for a minute, but I've done enough talking. The video's going longer than I meant for it to, like it does every time. I do want to send out a thank you to Cal Shaves, his YouTube channel. Ken, thank you, man, for mentioning my channel in your latest video. Really appreciate that, dude. Gotten to know him. He's a really cool guy. You should go look him up. Cal Shaves on YouTube. He does some interesting stuff. His latest video, he did mostly all Wilkinson swords, save for the brush. He did basically a Walmart shave with a shavette, which is also from Wilkinson sword. But he's up in Canada, so their Canadas are kick ass if they're selling shavettes. We have our Walmart, we have Vanderhagen razor, and that's about it. And I have 2 of those. I'm not a fan of butterfly razors anyways. They get too gunked up, I don't like them. And they feel too flimsy, too light in my hand. That's just the way I feel. So, so the blooming scent of this stuff is really the same as the scent you get when you smell the soap. It's delicious. Nothing bad about that. Doesn't get any stronger, doesn't get any lighter. I can't help but notice I'm not really red. So this was a hell of a good shave. This is a lot better than a lot of my other shaves. I mean, I did 2.5 passes. I'm a little red here because I pressed too hard. I think I was zit anyways. But that's really it. And that's just with that's before the splash and everything, which I'm going to use right now. But everybody, I hope everyone has a great Christmas. This COVID crap, it's just no end in sight. But on the bright side, one day, our kids are going to be reading about this in the history books. You know what I mean? Good things come to an end, but so do the bad. Hopefully it's not our grandkids reading about it in the damn history books. I'm sure it'll be like the bubonic plague. It'll still be out there at some point, but it's just long since ancient history. Ooh, this splash is good. Splash is very strong. The smell. Ooh, I like it. A lot of people, if they don't like the strong smell lingering, they won't like it. But as I mentioned before, I buy a scent because I like the scent and I want to smell it. Like I like the stuff that if I'm caught in the rain and I get in the house, I can still smell it. Boy, that's good. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking around this long if you did. Yeah, again, Ginger Garden soaps. This is a really good soap. I like it more than I expected. Nothing against her. I think her name's Irina. I just never really come across it. I don't really see a lot of people using it online. So, I'm not saying no one does, but glad to be a part of the people who do. And the picture I'm going to put is a picture I posted. I'm doing kind of a 12 Days of Christmas thing on Instagram. So, these Iridiums, give them a shot. I like them. They're really good. Maybe it's, I mean, I'll try it again in another razor just to make sure it's not a coincidence of the razor I was using, but I don't think it is. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, everybody. Have a very Merry Christmas. Take care. And until next shave, see you then.